Uh, Hi, can you go through your profile?
Hi, this is Shankar, the background of a Bachelor in Computer Science with 5.4 years experience as a SQL DBA. And I started my career in the year to the May 2018 as an L1 SQL DBA. And I worked with CGI for a shell project for a couple of years and moved to Wipro Technologies. I'm currently working, I work with Wipro Technologies for US Bank project, which is headquartered in Minneapolis and Minnesota. And currently I'm working with Ericsson for MBNL project. And as part of my day-to-day activities, I do take care of assigning incidents and requests within the team as per the rota for the month. And and I do manage the shared mailbox with the team and respond accordingly for all the emails. And see, parallelly I work on requests and incidents and changes. And the requests and incidents will require DP refresh, access request, discolors management, where it would also require to submit capacity requests and follow up for approvals. And installation and troubleshooting for log shipping, database mirroring, and transaction replication and always done. And migration of database from prod to non-prod and pre-prod, and performing the patching activity from 2016 to 2019, and participating in the monthly patching activities within the team and so on. And besides that, I do whatever the scenarios which I have faced in my real time, I do share it to the shared drive so that other users can also, employees also can, avail that, document, and that would be very helpful for them. Yeah, that's all about me.
Okay. Can you go through the SQL Server architecture?
Yes. Whenever a user runs initially there are two components in SQL architecture. One is relation engine and storage engine, and relation engine receives the query and process the query and gives the access to the user. Uh, whereas storage engine will help not relation engine to perform the task. And whenever a user runs the select query, it goes to Windows OS, and then it goes to um, um, 1 second. I'm just reflecting it. It goes to uh, name device, and then from there a TCP IP, and then it goes to a command parser, wherein command parser will check any syntax errors are there, and it converts the high level language into SQL understanding language and sends to the query optimizer. Query optimizer will check whether the query optimizer will check uh, um, I'm not able to recollect it, but
Okay, I understand. You know the process and everything, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's okay. Uh, like, what is the difference between like TDS and TDE?
What is the difference between?
TDS and TDE.
TDE is transparent data encryption, which will be used for high security purpose. We'll use this TDE, and
Okay.
for that we need to use some password, and the same password should be used while restoring also.
Okay.
And I know sometimes you can't restore the backup because the backup the master key password which has been assigned in the initial time that might have expired, due to which you could not be able to perform the restore activity. And it
Yeah.
is highly secureable when compared to other, and comes to this DTC, right?
Yeah.
Distributed transaction coordinator. I know the full form, but I don't know how exactly it works.
What is TDS?
T T
TDS.
T uh, TDS. No, I never came across this about TDS.
Okay. So
So
in the SQL Server architecture only, whenever the user requests, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that request goes in the TDS formats. TDS packets, in general we used to call, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we used to call it like a tabular data stream. So it's work kind of encryption between
Mm-hmm.
the user and like SQL server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
like
Uh,
what are the connection protocols that we have, like named pipes?
uh, Protocols in SQL Server Configuration Manager, right?
Yeah.
TCP/IP and named pipes, and there is one more TCP/IP named pipe shared memory. Sorry,
Okay. So what is the between these three?
difference between these three, right?
Yeah.
See, difference means it will shared memory itself says that it will share the memory, and TCP/IP transmission control protocol is like due to this, like with the help of this, it will communicate, and named by I don't know about this.
Okay. So like we have three protocols, like you said, that shared memory, like TCP, IP, and named pipes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So what it will do, right?
Uh-huh,
Okay, SQL Server will know, okay,
uh-huh,
how it got connected to that end point, to the connection.
uh-huh,
If we connected to SQL Server from where we install, okay,
uh-huh,
then it is going to use shared memory. So
uh-huh,
so that there will be no point of network connections breakdowns, right? When we are
uh,
connected locally, there is no point of network.
correct.
Okay, so SQL Server know, okay, that okay, this query I'm getting connected. So
Uh-huh,
internally SQL Server knows, okay, how we need to allocate the resources and everything. Okay, SQL when we are connected locally, you from the where SQL Server got installed, it uses shared memory.
mm-hmm,
When we connected to the SQL Server using LAN, okay,
uh-huh,
I have my router is there. Okay,
uh-huh,
and something under that router, we have
uh-huh,
multiple computers, and we have installed SQL Server in one computer,
uh-huh,
and if we try to connect from other machine, so
uh-huh.
that at the time it is go with the named pipes. Okay,
Okay.
and
Uh,
coming to TCP/IP, if we have connected to the over WAN, okay,
uh-huh,
like it is going to use the TCP. It
oh,
doesn't mean that like we can connect only in these ways. Okay, so
uh-huh,
general perspective is this, like okay, like this.
uh-huh,
Even though if LAN, we can disable this named pipes, and we can directly connect to this TCP/IP. So SQL
uh-huh.
Server knows how we can how the we both connected. Okay, that is the actual purpose. Okay,
Okay, okay.
and can you go through that like log architecture?
Uh, Log file architecture, right?
Yeah.
So log file architecture uh, works with VLF, virtual log file, and um,
Yeah. Go ahead.
and based on the VLF, it's going to work. Whatever the data is going to committed, it's going to be in the virtual log file, and
Mm-hmm.
from there, like uh, since log file is recycling in nature, I mean it uh, it commits the it commits the committed data to the
Mm-hmm.
data file,
Mm-hmm.
and um, um, and that's what I know about
Okay.
log file
So what is
architecture.
the maximum size that log file can grow?
Two terabytes.
2 terabytes.
Yeah.
What about more than that if you want?
Uh, that is the maximum which log file can bear. I didn't face across this scenario
Okay,
because
no, that is
yeah,
the maximum size only. That is the
yes,
basic limitation. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, like how if you give a task like every time you got a request like ad hoc request. Okay.
Okay.
So to refresh one database.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so every time like you are going to take the full backup, how you are going to like automate that?
through full backup through maintenance jobs. Uh, you know, I'll I'll automate that.
Through maintenance, what you through the maintenance, what we have, like we
Like
can do the backup and something kind of restore. Okay.
yeah,
So, but database refreshes means we need to take the destination
yeah.
user permission backup as well, right? Then how you are going to take
Uh,
that one?
you mean like DB refresh from source to destination?
Yeah.
That could be done through PowerShell script.
Okay.
Through SQL Server agent jobs, like we can paste the PowerShell script in that, and then we have to select in name there will be one option
Okay.
by name PowerShell that has to be selected, and then we perform that, and we have to schedule it,
Okay.
and based on that, like it could be scheduled as per the time scheduled.
Okay. If you are get a chance, you are able to do that, right? Without any
Yeah,
expense.
yeah. I can
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, that's good. That only we are looking for like individual contributors.
Hmm.
So seems like you are the one of them.
Thank you.
Okay. Like what are the high availability features that you worked on?
I work with log shipping, and data mirroring and transaction replication and always on as well.
Okay. So let's assume that okay, I'm having 20. I have configured mirroring between two servers.
Okay.
Okay, in the two servers, like customer, server A and server B. Let's assume like that. Okay.
Okay.
So the customer has configured like that, and customer always prefer to A has to be principal server.
Okay.
Okay. So
Uh,
20 databases are there in there. For some reason, some
mhm.
databases has failed over to the mirror server.
Okay.
Means in 20 data in 20, 10 are there in the A, 10 are be there in the B.
Okay.
Okay, as a principal, as principal.
Uh,
Now, how you are going to fail over? Okay,
mhm.
all the 10 databases to the server B.
Through the script, like we can do that, automatic failover.
Yeah,
That
automatic failover is not there.
No, no. I mean to say that, like, since we can't fail over each database, which comes a lot of, which is time consuming again.
Hmm.
So we through the script we can fail over that databases to seconds.
Okay, you are able to do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. What is the command that you are going to use the failover for DB mirroring?
Uh, alter database and set partner failover.
Okay, set partner failover
Um,
on or
uh,
off.
um, set partner failover
Okay,
on. Uh,
okay then, yeah,
yeah.
that's okay. Uh, what is the default timeout in the mirroring?
Default time mode mirroring with respect to the response you're talking about.
Yeah,
It
within
dep-
within this seconds, if it did not respond, that
uh,
another host will be considered as a down.
yes, exactly. That will be done by this quorum again.
Mm-hmm.
There are few seconds. If that doesn't respond, then it will think that that is not responding. So the
What is
server
the
is down.
seconds? What is the seconds I'm talking about?
I'm not sure about the seconds. I guess like 2 seconds. I'm not sure, and it differs from other things as well.
No, no. By default, some seconds are there.
Uh,
Okay,
I'm not sure about it. Like I have read it, but I know that, but
it
I'm
is
not
10
able to
seconds.
recollect.
Okay.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Okay, that's okay. Like, have you worked on installation or configuration of SQL Server in Linux?
Yes, not in Linux. In Linux, you mean to say that I have configured a SQL server or not?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get a chance to work on that.
Okay. Like, what is mean by? Can you tell any new features? Okay, let's rephrase something. So,
Mm-hmm.
see, customer is having like always on from
Mm-hmm.
2012 to 2012 is there.
Mm-hmm.
How you are going to convince the customer to upgrade to the latest version only for the always on?
I mean, you mean to say that like we the always on is configured on 2012 SQL Server 2012.
Yeah.
So you mean to say that how I'm going to convince the customer that it should upgrade?
Yeah.
So definitely the customer might have some budget constraints due to which he's not able to upgrade it, which costs again for him. So I'll just take him that since he's having a business requirement. So based on the business requirement, I'll try to convince him that like see, the 2012 we have less features when compared to 2016 and 19. So so if you upgrade that, definitely we'll have good features which will not affect the business. In that way, I'll try to convince the customer.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a good idea. So can you explain me what are the new features that you are going to explain to the customer in for always
Uh,
on only?
okay. In always on, I will say like if I'm upgrading to 2016, I would say that since we have I mean new features in 2016 that automatic seeding is there and and we have 10 TB separate 10 TB separately we can configure which will be very good for the performance wise we can say and that's what I know like the deep features about it.
Okay. So what are the 2017 is also there, right?
Sorry,
2000,
I mean, acha, in 2017 also we have, right? I mean, you mean to say the automatic seeding, right?
yeah,
Automatic seeding and the
once it
few.
is there, it will be there in further versions as well. So
Exactly, exactly.
what are the new features that are there in for always on only?
For always on, um, um, new features in always on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, no problem. That's okay.
Mhm.
I have you configured always on?
Yeah, I have configured always on. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, what are the main prerequisites that we need to add a database into always on?
You mean like you have configured always on and you want to add a database to the AG group,
Yes, yeah.
right? So we the basic requirement is we have to take full backup. Only then it's going to meet the prerequisites.
Okay, full backup is required, right?
Yes, exactly.
So apart from that, any doesn't is there nothing else?
No, nothing else. I mean, with respect to the database, when you are adding to the AG group, so it's mandatory to take a full backup until unless you
Okay,
want.
so let's assume that we have a database
Mhm.
with simple recovery model and full backup is taken.
Mhm.
Can we add that database into always on?
Okay, and simple recovery model, we have taken full backup. Uh, Simple recovery model and full backup we have taken. I think like um, in simple recovery model, we can't take log backup, but we do can take full and bulk log. So no
Okay.
problem.
You mean to say like, okay then, I will rephrase the question again.
Uh-huh.
The database in full recovery model,
Okay,
okay, and full backup is taken.
okay.
Okay, can we add that database into always on?
Of course, I mean, if it is a full recovery model, if we are taken full, full backup, then we can add.
Okay. Are you sure about bulk recovery model?
No, 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 not bulk recovery model. I mean the full.
Full recovery model, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that's good. Like, can you tell one high availability feature which doesn't matter of recovery model? Whatever the recovery model is
Replication.
respective
Rep,
replication.
transaction replication.
Okay, then, yeah. Okay. So, let's assume like I'm having like a transaction replication
Mm-hmm.
with a simple recovery model.
Okay.
You know, right? Simple recovery model, immediately the log will get truncated.
Truncated. Yeah.
Okay. Or otherwise, if it is in bulk recovery model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in bulk recovery model, no bulk transaction will get recorded.
Correct. Only the first and last transaction is going to be recorded.
Yeah.
Point.
Okay.
And
Okay. Only minimal transactions which are not minimal, those only get recorded.
Yes.
So you have configured transaction replication.
Okay.
Okay, so and you have added one table in that.
Okay.
So in that, so many bulk insertions got inserted in that table.
Okay.
So those records will be not there in the log file.
Okay.
Okay. So how
Okay.
the log reader agent is going to scan those records and it will transfer to the distributed database?
Uh, in log file it is not there.
Yeah. In the log file, there are no records, right? It's a minimal log command.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How it is going to capture those
Acha.
changes?
Acha, you mean to say that like the recovery model is bulk log?
Yeah.
Okay, so like it doesn't affect whether it is full bulk log or a simple recovery model. It doesn't affect transaction application. Uh, and moreover, LRA will going to take the transaction from there. What are the changes have been done for the second time? LRA is going to take and it's going
What
to
is
be
LRS?
log reader agent.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's assume like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, full backup. You have taken full backup.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you have added some changes.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you have taken some differential backup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After that, you have inserted 10 more records.
Okay.
Okay. After that, you have taken that again one more differential backup.
Okay.
In the differential backup, it will contain the like the details from last full backup to up to now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It means 20 records.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How the SQL server knows, okay, these many records has to be captured in the differential backup.
Through DCM pages.
Yeah.
DCM pages.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So what's the recovery model we are having in SQL server?
For inquiry model for what for which like master or
No, no, recovery models. How many recovery models we
acha
have?
we have three recovery models. One is full bulk log and simple.
Okay. What's the difference between these three?
Full recovery model will full recovery model in that like we can take point in time recovery. It will and um, um, point in time is it's logged. It takes the full, not full. I mean to say that in full recovery model we can take point in time recovery when compared to other recovery models, and there is some other content which are missing. I'm
Okay.
not able to recollect it. When it comes to like bulk log recovery model, bulk log recovery model is same as full recovery model until unless there are no bulk instances or transactions are happening, and in bulk in full recovery model, I just wanted to come back again to full recovery model. It will log each and every transaction information in the full recovery model, whereas in bulk log recovery model, it will log only the first and last transaction, due to which we could not able to take a point in time recovery. And when it comes to simple recovery model will truncate the log file. Which will allow us to take the log backup, and which will truncate once the backup is done in that, like as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the log shipping is already configured.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
for some reason you are going to like remove that log shipping configuration everything.
Okay.
So before removing that, is it
Mhm.
possible to script that? So
Uh, I mean, before breaking the log shipping, is it possible to take script out that
yeah, script out the log shipping so that
jobs? I mean, you
yeah.
mean
No, no. I mean to say,
okay.
but you need to configure the
Uh-huh.
log shipping job configuration. Next time, if you want, you just by executing the scripts, you
Mhm.
can immediately create the log shipping.
Yeah, we can take like we can take those. We can split out the setting.
Okay.
What the configuration files we are setting. Until unless if you are configuring on another server, we have to change the parameters, I mean the server name and other things that
Okay.
have to be changed.
Okay. So in the mirroring,
Uh-huh.
okay, is it possible to read the mirror server, to read the data
Uh,
from mirror server?
yeah, we can read the data if it is in stand. Sorry, it's long, right? So since like in database mirroring, it will be in restoring mode. We can't read the data, but we can apply the log backups. So for to do that, like we can take that snapshot. Through that, we can read the data. But again, it will be a static information. I mean, it will be static, not dynamic.
Okay. Let's assume that uh, we have so many HIDR solutions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a chance like to suggest one HIDR like solution for the customer,
Mm-hmm.
look, okay, to what are the considerations you may take into consideration to suggest like how you are, what could be your action plan?
For HIDR,
Yeah,
disaster recovery or availability?
both.
Okay. Like first of all, I'll suggest the customer that I mean, will ensure that we'll have 5 servers, in which the one would be primary and the rest replicas would be secondary,
Mm-hmm.
and the first 3 would be synchronous, and the rest 2 replicas would be asynchronous.
Mm-hmm.
And we prefer to read only intent to secondary, and and that's what I believe. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So we have backups, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I have taken the full backup. I
Okay.
have taken the snapshot.
Okay.
Okay, what's the difference between these two? You
Full backup is dynamic, whereas when compared to snapshot is a static one.
okay?
Yeah.
Uh, Apart from this, anything else?
Apart from this, see, snapshot is I mean for just reading purpose, not to we can't do anything in that. Whereas in full backup, as I told earlier also that we can we do can have
Let's
uh,
assume that. Let's assume that you have taken full backup and database snapshot.
mhm.
Let's assume that the database got crashed.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mhm.
how you are going to restore like with these two?
Uh,
Can you
uh,
are you how you are going to restore the database with snapshot?
I mean, I never came across, but I would love to try this. Okay, and see, first of all, we'll restore the full backup, right? And snapshot also,
Okay,
we can
yeah, I
revert.
understand. I understand your question. Okay, like you answer. Like my question is like you have taken the snapshot on the database.
Okay, okay,
Okay, suddenly the database got crashed and you don't have any full backup.
okay.
Okay, then how you are going to restore?
We can restore with snapshot, I believe.
Sure.
Uh, I'm not sure about it, but I'm just correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay,
I
you
never.
cannot take that. Okay, so that is the main difference between the full backup and the snapshot. Snapshot is always dependent on the database. If you want to
Okay,
restore, you can restore if the database is only non-line.
okay,
Okay, that's
okay,
the reason we always take the full backup.
okay, okay.
Okay,
Correct.
uh, and that's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume like that you in your client machine
Mm-hmm.
you got an alert like
Mm-hmm.
CPU is high and SQL Server is taking some. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you went into the SQL Server and you see that like one SQL Server is consuming high.
Mm-hmm.
So in the task manager, you don't like see the instance name, everything. How many SQL Server you install, it will represent only SQL Server MSC dot some exe only. How
Okay.
come you are how you are going to get conclusion that this SQL Server is consuming high?
Even in Task Manager, it's not showing.
No, it's
Uh,
showing. It's showing. Okay,
okay.
but
Okay.
the instance name will be not there, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. See, in Task Manager, it's showing the SQL Server is consuming, but it will not show the instance name.
Yeah.
Um I'll check with the sp underscore who2.
Okay.
So through that, I'll check, the speed, and based on that speed, I'll do like DBC input buffer and the feed name, and I'll
How
check.
I understand
Okay.
how they are in real time. There could be a number of sessions.
All
Okay,
right.
let's
Yeah.
assume that we are having some series of 10 sessions. Are you
Mhm.
going to do the DBCC input buffer for every 10 sessions?
No, we
Then,
can't. Okay. So CPU utilization high in this case, right?
yeah.
Okay. We'll check the blocking first of all.
What is the use of checking the blockings? Okay, first, how you are going to identify the SQL server? Which
Which
SQL,
server is,
yeah,
which server is uh,
consuming high.
consuming high? Okay. Um, which server is consuming high? That's what I'm able to replicate it.
In the
Uh,
task manager,
mhm,
beside of SQL server, we have one process called process and PID value. Okay, after seeing the PID value in the task manager,
uh-huh.
okay, we can see the same in the SQL Server Configuration Manager. That's how we can come to conclusion this SQL Server is consuming high. In the SQL Server Manager, we know right what the instance name is.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
So that's how we need to know.
No, Asha, could you please tell me where do we see that in Task Manager
In the
process?
task, if you open the Configuration Manager,
No, no,
okay,
yeah, in Task Manager.
in the task manager, beside of SQL task name, we have various number of tabs are there. CPU, memory, like so there is a one more process ID, PID value,
PID value.
process identifier. Okay,
Okay, process
so
ID.
if you Google it, you will get to know.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay,
for example, let's assume that SQL server is there. The process ID is like 11124. Let's assume like that.
uh-huh.
Okay, so you go to the configuration manager and you select the one of the instance and see beside of that we have one process ID. So that's how
Sorry,
you can. Okay,
sorry, I couldn't hear you, Asha.
okay.
Could you please come
In the
again?
configuration manager,
Uh-huh.
okay, we know that instance name, right? So
Yes, I
in the
know.
instance name, beside of the instance name, okay,
Uh-huh.
another column we have process ID.
Okay,
So if you open you configuration manager also, you will get to know. Okay, so that's
okay,
how we need to identify.
okay,
Okay, so
okay,
let's assume that let's jump into the this thing performance tuning.
okay.
What is the difference between the cluster index and non-cluster index and heap?
Cluster index is nothing but like, cluster index will store the data, and the data will be stored in, leaf level pages. When compared to the non-cluster index will, which will not source the data, and whenever any request comes, that will again request it to the, cluster index leaf level pages. From there, it will fetch the data. And when it comes to heap is nothing but if any cluster index is not configured on that, that is called heap.
Okay, so which one you are going to suggest for the production?
Cluster index.
Only cluster index.
No, both sorry, cluster and non-cluster index.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like how many cluster indexes that you can create and for non-cluster non-cluster too?
Triple nine.
What about cluster?
Uh, Cluster 180.
One?
One. So like whenever I mean to say whenever we create primary key, automatically the cluster index is going to be created.
Okay.
Uh, So based on that, I'm just assuming that it would be like one cluster index and triple nine non-cluster index.
Okay. So how many in your observation? How many non-cluster index that you have created as of now on one table maximum?
Okay. I mean maximum. You mean to say how many non-cluster index we can create on a table maximum?
Yeah. Maximum
Uh,
triple line. You said that right.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
So yeah, as you like how many you created in your work life?
Uh, I mean, in my environment, you mean to say,
Yeah,
right? I have created like 400.
4 or 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
400.
Okay. So what is the difference between the non-cluster, normal cluster index, non-cluster index, and between the non-cluster index with include columns?
Include columns. No, I haven't known about this. I
Okay.
just came across.
Okay then. What is like fill factor?
Fill factor will decide how much page has to be filled up. So by default, it will be 0. It decides like how much page has to be filled up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Based on that, the page is going to be, uh, you know, uh, going to fill up.
Okay. What is the pad index?
Sorry,
Pad index.
pad index.
Hmm.
No, sir, I don't know
Hmm.
what is pad index.
Okay. What is maxed up and what is maxed
Uh,
up?
Max job is nothing but whenever SQL Server is, whenever a query is having some issues, like not
Okay.
performing, it's taking longer time than expected. So then
Mm-hmm.
we increase the max degree of parallelism
Mm-hmm.
based on the cores of the, of the server. So
Mm-hmm.
which parallelly it will improve when it will perform. Suppose maximum we can give 16. We can't give more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It will increase the performance of the query.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when does you have executed one query?
Yeah.
Okay. When it is going to going to parallel or serial?
Parallel as serial.
Yeah.
Um, you're talking about cross-visual parallelism, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, when see, there is a, I'm not able to recollect that, the value. Once it exceeds, it's going to be, max degree of parallelism, max dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is cost of threshold value. Okay.
Yeah, that's the threshold
What is
value.
the default value for that?
Uh, Default value for that. Um, default value for that. No,
Five.
I'm not kidding. 5. Okay.
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 Uh, one thing.
Okay.
How you are going to like work with the statistics?
Uh, Statistics. Um, I didn't get your question, sir. Could
Like
you elaborate?
okay, so how you are going to deal with the statistics when it comes to performance?
Mm,
Are you consider these statistics are a major role or minor role? How it could be?
uh, we have to update the statistics because until unless if we don't update the statistics, it won't give the exact issue which you're facing, and that
Mhm.
will be done through SQL underscore update stats. And
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So blocking is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like for today the blocking is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, customer wants to like to retrieve the what the blocking is there in last 5 days. How you are going to retrieve the history?
We do have we have scripted. We have our own script through which we are going to get the details of the um, history of that.
Okay, that's your environment. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
when you are in you are going to work with us.
Okay.
Like we don't have that scripts.
Okay.
So then
All right.
how you are going to like implement this scenario?
Uh, uh, that we can. Um, if I'm not wrong, there is a command is short proc so that we can retrieve that sq underscore some that will be there in MLCB. Through that, like we can we can fill the history.
Does blocking information get recorded in the MSDB?
No, no, no.
Then
I don't know that exactly what script is going to use to get
okay,
that logging history.
you have installed the SQL Server.
Yeah.
Okay, so after 5 days, you just install the SQL Server and you didn't configure any alerts or any there is no monitoring tool as well. Let's assume like that. Okay, so customer dropped an email saying that like Shankar, is there any like blocking happened like 2 hours, 3 hours back, and you have not enabled any trace flags for that.
Okay.
Like then how?
We can select the alerts through CD
I
file.
told you right. That's a new fresh installed machine, and there is no alerts configured.
There is it's a new machine and
I mean, there is no alerts configured.
okay, okay. There are no alerts configured and we would like to know the alerts.
Yeah. No, I'm not alert. Okay. I need to retrieve the deadlock information.
Uh, Deadlock information that we can do through like select star from sys dot sys process where block is equals to greater than or is equal to 0.
That's if that is happening right now, that's a blocking information. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm asking for deadlock.
Okay. I'm sorry. Uh, uh, we can like how would you know that there is a deadlock, right?
No, yeah. Customer wants to know that. Customer has expressed that.
Uh,
Okay. He want to know that. Is there
uh,
any deadlock happened in 2 hours, 3 hours back?
uh, I mean that we can you mean this, you said like we can't use the trace flag as well, right?
Which one?
We can use the trace flags, the DBC
Yeah,
trace
trace
flag.
flag, yeah, we can use that, but that's new install machine. There is no trace flags enabled.
Okay, okay. Then we can enable that, Harsha.
Yeah, that's okay. That we can enable, okay. But you want to drop an email, that right? How you are going to retrieve that information?
Okay. See, so far I have done this by
Okay, I understood. Okay, like we can get retrieve the information in the deadlock by the in the extended events. Okay,
okay,
if you want to print deadlock information in the error log, for that reason you can use the trace flags. Okay.
okay.
Okay, what is the trace flag numbers that you are going to use for
One trip
deadlock?
1222 and 1204.
What's the difference between these two?
I think 1204 will give the XML format and 1222 uh, uh, some other format. I'm not sure.
1222 will be the XML format. Okay, and you know just print the deadlock information. Okay,
1222 XML and 1204.
one to normal just it will print that in Excel in the error log only it will print like XML. Okay,
Okay, okay,
like both will written in the error log only.
okay.
So 1222 is like in Excel looks like in XML format.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Okay, how XML format look there in the same way it will look.
okay.
Okay, and
Uh,
what are the best practices that you follow to avoid blockings and deadlocks?
uh,
You can start from basic only. Okay, from basic only you can consider.
mm, to avoid deadlock and locking. Uh, I'll um, I mean, I suggest the users to run the queries in non business hours. That's what I can say.
Hey,
It is
that's a business. Okay.
yeah.
So, for example, if you want to draw some money, so
Okay.
can you suggest, okay, so the user, you don't draw money right now. You can go and draw in the night only.
No, no, we can't suggest
Then
that. Uh, mm,
how you what so what's the best practices that you follow?
uh,
Okay, you I will ask the same question in another way. How many types of deadlocks we have?
uh, deadlock. Um, um, Deadlock. How many types of deadlock? No, I don't know.
Okay. Like, have you worked on DTA?
DTA. No, I didn't.
Okay. So, have you configured any like reports like, let's assume like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have created one table with
Okay.
a wrong syntax and you
Okay.
got executed. So
Okay.
obviously, so and so something, syntax not correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you will get this error. How
Okay.
you are going to record these errors only? Whatever errors you get in the SQL server, that has to get recorded.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the errors has to be recorded
Yeah.
in SQL Server.
Yeah.
Uh, um, we can record that in Profiler.
Mm, yeah, we can do that. But will you always start that profiler?
No, no, because it consumes a lot of resources due to which it impacts the performance of the SQL Server.
Okay.
So we can do it through extended events.
Okay.
Yeah.
So using external events, you can configure that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Yeah. Apart from these, everything is good. Like how much you are going to rate yourself in PowerShell?
I would rate myself out of 10, uh, 3 because I'm in a learning stage now.
Okay, you are going to give 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How much you are going to rate for T-SQL?
T-SQL I would rate um, 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
In out
Yeah.
of 10, okay, let's assume that in out of 10,
Uh-huh.
how you are going to rate in out in on scale of 10?
In scale of 10, I would rate myself 5 and off.
5.5. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if you got any ticket like to tune any stored procedure like T-SQL query,
Uh-huh.
okay. So what is your first action plan?
Tune SQL query.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I'll ensure that there will not be no more inner joins and no select star, uh, um, no hash join, more hash joins.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'll these are the things which I would uh, perform.
Okay. Apart only these three. Apart from these three.
There are many other things which needs to be avoided in the query to right.
Okay.
So I know only these three. You have
Okay.
something you can tell.
What are the physical operators that we have in SQL Server?
Physical operator.
Okay.
Could you please elaborate such a,
So we have logical operators and physical operators in execution plan.
yeah,
Okay. So in that, like, what are the physical operators we have?
physical operator. Um, no, Harsha. No.
Hash join, merge join, nested
Okay.
loop. These three will consider as the physical joins. Okay.
Hash, merge, and nest loop.
Nested loop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what is that RID lookup?
RID lookup. Uh, no idea.
Okay. Let's assume that you have executed simple query.
Mm-hmm.
Select star from table.
Okay.
Okay. So it is going to take the table scan.
Correct.
Okay. How you are going to convert that to scan into seek?
I mean, index seek into index scan.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I don't know, but I know that index scan is will not consume that like how index seek will take. I know little bit about that. I can say that.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
I,
that's okay. like how you got like one stored procedure is there, okay, it is taking 30 minutes as of now, and it previously it was taking like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So why like it was like taken an extra time, and how you are going to like troubleshoot what
Uh,
yeah,
okay, I would first and foremost I'll check whether any blockings are there.
no blockings,
Okay, no blockings are there. Any scheduled jobs are there while that
no,
goes work. Okay, and maybe the person who is, I mean, he's already running. It's under process, right?
yeah, it's already, I mean it's already completed, okay, but it's taking like that 15 minutes extra, right?
Okay.
So that's the reason.
Um. Um. Okay. I mean, I'll check this um, SP underscore who with that, and I'll check any other user is performing the same thing. I mean, any DML operations performing on the same database, due to which it's getting delayed.
Mm-hmm.
And and besides that, I'll check any lockings or deadlocks are there,
Mm-hmm.
and and if possible, um, I'll check in. I mean, extended events as well.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is causing that to perform very I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's taking more time.
Okay.
And um, um, that's what.
Have you used any third-party tools like SP underscore who to active?
Yeah, which will give the active sessions right.
Mm-hmm.
With that also we can get to know I mean, who's the one like actually like performing this task.
Okay.
With which this query is taking more than expected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you used any like third-party tools like open source like to work to our work like for backups and maintenance like whole and grain?
Yeah, I have used all of Helen Green backups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know right how to use?
Yes, I know how
Yeah,
to use
that's
it.
good. Okay, Shankar, we have done the interview and we will get back to you.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Mr.
thank you.
Maheshwar.
Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you very much.